So there's no doubt Cambrils is an absolutely beautiful place, and the water, the sea is as clear as it is on the west coast. Beautiful beaches, lovely place to be.
I love Cambrils. The only thing that I don't like is that it's a working fishing port. If he tells me once more how a net drum works, I swear.
Now, one of the many things I love about Cambrils, it's a working fishing port. Because I served my time in a little shipyard that built fishing boats, I can tell Rona all about them. She loves it. Rona, one of the things I find odd about these boats in the Mediterranean is they never have a power block. Rona. So Cambrils definitely has a fishing heritage. There's examples of it everywhere. It's like a hobby for me, isn't it? Looking at harbours and old fishing boats and new fishing boats. But what's the penalty for looking at fishing boats?
Aperol spritz.
Aperol spritz. Well, this is going to cost way more than just an Aperol spritz, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't open till 1 o'clock, does it?
No.
We sat in West Park benches, haven't we?
Oh, definitely, aye.
Yeah, waiting for somebody to open. Normally a chip shop or something. Eh? You know how some days you're the statue and some days you're the pigeon? This is a statue day. So that was excellent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. Menu of the day, €25 each, including a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And I know in Spain you can get a menu of the day for half of that comfortably.
Yes, aye.
But for that quality, it was astonishing, wasn't it?
Worth
really
every
good,
penny.
yeah. Busy place. So.
Yeah, we've got the bus to beautiful Salou.
Yeah, that's right. Every time we're in Cambrils, we try and go to Salou at least once and Tarragona at least once. Yeah. And you go to Tapas and get one of these T10 cards, 10 trips. I was €10 for that, and that includes the card. We'll use 8 of them, of course, just going to Salou and Tarragona, because there's 2 of us. It's far cheaper than buying the ticket otherwise, you know. But it is beautiful here, isn't it?
When we come to Salou, we realise how lucky we are to be able to do all this stuff.
Yeah, it's because we're very much working people, aren't we?
Yeah.
And when we were young, nobody could conceive of doing this, you know. And the shipyards and the factories closed for 2 weeks summer holidays. It was just 2 weeks where the workers didn't have to get up in the morning so early, you know.
So it was the mid-80s before we met anybody that was able to go on holiday.
Yeah, you just didn't do it, did you?
No.
And Salou was a popular place. This is where they came.
Yes.
And I love walking up. I've said this last year, I know, but I love walking up amongst these places. You know, there's Scottish-themed pubs, Irish-themed pubs, bookies. So all these years ago, I did ask one of the guys what the attraction was, you know, because we had bookies and pubs and stuff in Glasgow as well. And he said, yeah, that's the point. It's like being at home but in the sun. And he absolutely did have a point, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, it must have been fantastic to be here back then.
Aye, and he's been looking for an Irish bar.
I know, it's a penalty for being here in February. There's so much shut, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a lot quieter, but a lot of these places are shut. But we better see what else we can find, eh?
Yep.
You're not getting an Aperol spritz today.
Why?
Because they're too dear. I know I keep saying this, but it's tough being us.
I'm not going to eat.
Salou, much more resort-like. You know, it's a lot of theme pubs and things like that. Cannot knock it.
No.
We were €16.90 for menu of the day, and it was excellent.
Beautiful.
Every bit as good as the one we had in Cambrils. Now the thing is, you go to Benidorm, it's even cheaper.
Yeah.
And that's why we wouldn't knock any of these places, because you get a taste of Spain.
No matter what your budget is.
No matter what your budget, that's the thing. You get a taste of Spain in all of them. So that's Salou, eh?
Yeah.
And because the T10 travel card is so great, tomorrow we'll go up the coast to Tarragona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tarragona today, yeah?
Yep.
Using our T10 because we've bought the tickets, so no way of wasting them.
No, you're going to use them. Yeah.
But and that's the beauty of the Spanish coast. If you come over and tour a couple of times, slightly off season, it was always a May we came, wasn't it? You can travel the whole coast and experience everything, can't you?
Yeah.
From Benidorm to these quiet seaside towns. And honestly, it was a massive surprise to us that we preferred the quiet seaside towns.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have put ourselves down for that at all,
Never.
would we?
No.
It beats standing at a bus stop in the UK waiting to go to work, though, doesn't it?
Oh God, definitely yes.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the
So one of the great things about Tarragona bus station is you go out the front door and you're right onto the Rambla, roundabout and turn right. So in Tarragona you can easily get a menu del dia or a menu of the day for under €12, eh?
Yeah.
And in fact, the place we used to go, I think last year was doing it for about 8. But they will, when it comes to the dessert part of the meal, they will just hand you a banana.
Yeah, that's right.
So you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up here because I want to try something a bit different this time, eh?
Yeah.
There's a beautiful fountain at this roundabout. But water's been turned off, I think, because there have been water shortages up here.
Yeah.
Basically, if you get to this roundabout and turn right, it takes you out the covered market, eh?
Yep.
And as we mentioned last year, under the covered market there's a Mercadona and, more importantly, toilets, first toilet stop. So our sort of place in Tarragona is normally the tapas stand in the covered market there, isn't it?
Yes, and we've spent many a happy hour in there.
Yeah, but this time we want to try something a bit different down near the port, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's fishing boats.
Well, no.
Number 1 Tarragona, Tendi Tapas. It's a statue and pigeon again, Rona, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Verdict?
Brilliant. Worth
Yeah.
every penny.
Yeah. So that was tortilla patatas, so potato omelette, anchovies and olive oil, and homemade meatballs. €30, €5 tip, €35. Can't fault it.
No.
Get what you pay for. Oh, sorry, plus 2 medium beers. No, 4 medium beers. Yeah, 2 each.
And also 2 wee lots of sausages and bread.
Yeah, we got a
Gratis.
little bit of tapas with the beer, so absolutely phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Yeah. There's at least 6 billionaire-sized yachts here, isn't there?
Oh, at least.
Yeah, we'll need to check who that one belongs to.
Where are you from?
Scotland.
Scotland. Edinburgh.
No. Yeah, so that was the second place we wanted to visit this trip. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Phenomenal. Yeah, there is no menu.
No.
It's very small. You go to the end of the bar and you see what they've cooked that day and you pick it, right? So we had 2 small plates. We had a beer, you had a small beer.
Small beer.
And I had 2 small glasses of wine, €18.
Is that what it was?
I could not believe it. Fantastic quality. Just shows you.
Yeah.
So Rona, you have a choice. We're here on the balcony of the Mediterranean. Off to the right is Roman ruins, historic Tarragona, which we've visited before and videoed before last year. Or we can go down the Rambla here.
Tapas.
It's hard to be a historian, isn't it? It's hard to be a historian.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights.
But not there's this one more at the Old Haunt. So our Old Haunt in the market, what were they doing the menu of the day for?
€11?
Yeah, and a half menu for $9.50.
Don't know what that was.
We don't know what it's probably quite common in Spain, a half menu, but we don't know what it is.
No.
€9.50. So that's us back in Cambrils, eh?
Yeah, another lovely day.
Yeah, so typically it's about 45 minutes on the bus from Cambrils to Tarragona each way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been on the go about 7 hours again, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but very busy day. It's great, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Now, normally we would go to Tarragona and visit the Roman ruins and the old town, you know, but we really wanted to check out these 2 tapas bars for future reference, because for once in our lives we've done a bit of research, haven't we?
And remembered it.
And remembered it, yeah. So the first one, excellent, top quality. Definitely go there again.
We'll go there again.
The second one was so unique, it's a must, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're back in Cambrils Old Town again, Uncharted Alley again, eh?
Yeah, it's lovely.
But we realise it might seem a bit strange that we spent nearly 6 weeks on a quiet campsite and a long stay in Moncofa talking about budgeting and budgets.
Yeah.
And then we come here and we go kind of crazy, don't we?
Yes, aye.
But it's because we can. There's no way we could afford to be here for 8 weeks, is there?
No.
Now, part of the reason is the campsites costing us about €8 or €9 a night more because it's not a long stay. But the other reason is there's so much to do.
Yes, aye.
Yeah, and we know ourselves, we could not sit and do
No.
nothing, could we, when there's things to visit
do.
and see. So we balance our time, you know, we do what we can. A couple of weeks here, spend a bit of money, most of the time in a long stay. But for the most part in Spain in the winter, we are just happy wandering around, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're warm. And here we're walking maybe in between 6 and 14, 15,000 steps a day, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, we wouldn't be doing that.
Wouldn't be
at
that
home.
home. Be lucky if we
Nice
do
and
200.
slow. Yeah, not a chance.
Some places in the old town are doing menu of the day for less than €12.
Yeah, there's some places as low as 8, isn't
Yeah.
there? You know, so you can eat cheaply in Cambrils. That's a net drum, Rona. That's a net drum. The last wee walk up the pier, Rona, eh? Lovely.
No.
So this video might have turned into something about how to spend as much money as possible eating out, eh? But we just went to the McDonald's there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So this video, we'll get this video out, but the next one might be 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
And that's because shortly we'll be travelling north again, quickly, won't we?
Yeah, and then the ferry.
And then the ferry. So a quick stop off in northern Spain,
Yeah.
ferry, and then 2 or 3 days going back up through the UK, you know. Probably that'll be a couple of weeks away. But I thought what we might do after that is do a little separate video about the costs.
Yeah.
Really, because if there's anybody there who is thinking about doing this and wants to know what it costs and so on, we'll break it down properly,
Yeah.
And the difference in cost between being in the quiet place for 5.5, 6 weeks and being in a much busier place, So it's got really misty up the seafront now, wasn't it?
Aye.
Yeah. Incidentally, we did see a seafront restaurant there that was doing a menu of the day for
€16.90.
€16.90. So you can get them €16.90 to just under €30 on the seafront, you know. So for us, budgeting isn't just about saving pennies in Spain, is it?
No.
It's maximising what we can do travel-wise for the rest of the year, because we still have 10 months, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe next video we'll talk a little bit about the big trip we've got planned later this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, down to Italy and Austria and Switzerland and all that. I love that fishing boat. So we're going back to the camper van now to chill out because it's got quite cold now.
Yeah.
So we'll say cheerio to Cleo and Charlie and Joey. See you soon.